Greetings, everyone. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon yet? Yeah, we got like 2 more minutes until the clock strikes 12, and then it will be noon. And I will turn into a human because apparently some people think that I might be an alien. And you know what? I might be an alien. Yeah, somebody said that about me just the other day while I was live. They asked me if I had cancer. And then without me even answering, because I didn't have a chance to answer, they then asked me if I was an alien. So this human actually got on the internet and decided they wanted to shame a person who might have cancer by calling them an alien. And that's when I determined that I might be an alien. Because if humans do shit like that, then I don't want nothing to do with humanism. I am not a human then. I am Alien Action Jacqueline, your big bald-headed sister and fellow alopecia princess. Good afternoon, everyone. In this live, I want to talk about this Tressallure wig that I've been wearing. I don't know if you guys have been watching me, but I made like a little short last week about that wig. I said that I wore it for 15 days. And then as I was watching the video and looking at some old footage, I realized I've been wearing that wig way longer. In case you don't know, I am not in my normal location right now. I'm staying in Florida with my parents because my dad had open heart surgery 2 weeks ago. And I came here to Florida just basically to go to a funeral and then to take my dad to his cardiologist for his annual checkup. And that cardiology visit ended up being open heart surgery. So I have not been home and I've been here now 3 weeks. So just so you know, my dad is doing much, much better. Thank God. Technology, medicine has improved so much because I remember when quadruple bypass literally meant bad things, you know what I mean? And now it seems to me good things. Like you're getting a quadruple bypass now, you're gonna live longer, it seems, because my dad is doing way better even just 2 weeks after surgery than he was a month ago. My dad spent his life being an athlete and eating healthy and things like that. So anyway, I'm still here, and I've been wearing that same wig the entire time I was here, including some time prior before I left. So we're going to talk about the Tressallure wig called Sensational, which I've been wearing now for probably close to, I think I wore it probably a total of 35 times, which is almost a record for me because I don't like keeping wigs long. These wigs are synthetic pieces, and I typically don't like to go past 30 days with a high-end synthetic wig, which is what that is. If it was a budget-friendly wig like those by Sensational and Outre, I would probably not even go over 2 weeks. But for this situation, I haven't had the opportunity to change wigs because I only brought one. Then I asked my husband to send me another one in the mail. I usually get a new one in the mail every month, like on rotation. And I had my husband send it to me, and y'all, the damn thing is lost in the mail. So I can't even change the wig. I have this wig and a budget-friendly wig that I find quite uncomfortable, although it's cute. So if this wig starts to really give me a lot of problems, then I think I'm going to go for the budget-friendly wig, which I don't really like to wear, like I said, because it's kind of uncomfortable. It's 94 degrees every day here in Florida, and comfort is harder to achieve here than it is in New York. I was not expecting that. I've been to Florida several times in my life, but I've always been here on vacation. So it's always been like poolside, beachside, you know what I mean? So of course at the pool, it's always comfortable, but now I'm working, it's a different animal, y'all. American Man says, you're bald. Good observation, American Man. I am bald. American Man says it again. He said it twice. So I guess for you, seeing a bald girl is really, really strange. So you're obsessing over it. I get it too. I get it. These things take getting used to. I recognize that. And that's really why I come on live, because so many people associate baldness with cancer. And if y'all knew how many people who are walking around with bald heads just like me, but covering it with wigs and toupees, men and women, by the way, y'all, you would be surprised. And honestly, although I do present every day in my daily life with a wig on, this is just me just trying to blend in so that I don't have to spend my entire day listening to people say things like, you're bald, you're bald, you're bald, constantly over and over and over again. Which is really weird because, yes, I'm bald and I don't know why you have to keep saying it. But what else? I'm here to enlighten. Jessie says, I found my people. I'm here for you, girl. So come with me to the bald girl world. Bald boys too. Bald boys are accepted. Bald men. Yeah, have you ever noticed how handsome some men are when they're bald? They're like extra handsome. When they just own it and shave the whole thing off, they look really good, these men. I gotta say. So if you're watching out there, please don't be discouraged. Although I am about to put a wig on, so does that make me a hypocrite? Maybe, maybe. All right, let me just finish up my eyebrows. And then, Jessie, your husband is bald too? Oh, you're lucky. You got a house full of supporters. I bet he looks good too, Jessie. I bet he's really handsome. My husband is so lucky. He still has a full head of hair. His dad actually passed away at 80-something years old with a full head of hair as well. So there's some blessed people in the hair category. I'm trying to move really fast because I don't want to waste you guys' time. I come on and I do my makeup as an intro to every video, just so that my people, like Jessie, hey Jessie again, my people could know who they're speaking to. Because once I put the wig on, you guys won't even know that I'm a bald girl. So in order to really disclose that I'm from planet alopecia, I do have to come on completely au naturel so you could really see me. I'm thinking about getting the microblading for my brows just because I've noticed recently that the process has improved a lot. For a while, like when it was new, it was really touch and go. You'd see some people with the microblading and you'd be like, oh my God, that looks so good. And then you'd see another person like looks so bad. So I didn't want to mess with it, especially since I got my brows tattooed when I was 18 years old and I did not like the results, which is why I go over it every day with makeup. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, so try to move along quickly for you because I want to talk about all the ways that I've been caring for this high-end, heat-friendly synthetic wig that I've been wearing now probably 35 times. I stopped counting after my dad got sick because, you know, my whole world basically just felt like it stopped and it was just focused on helping my dad. But now that I've had some time to take care of myself, I was like, oh shit, I've been wearing this wig for a long time. Go me. Because typically I would have thrown it away by now. Jessie says microblading was a lifesaver. Best decision ever. Oh, so you had a great experience with that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for it. I think I am going to go for it. Now that I've seen enough people and I've heard enough people talk about their great experience, yeah, I think I'm going for it. And then Milan, my daughter's on, y'all. That's my daughter. She says, hello, Mumsy. Hello, little mama. Hi, sweetheart. I miss you. I can't wait to see you again. Okay, so this is the Sensational Wig by Tressallure. And I have her in color 1426R10. 1426R10. That is the color. All right, so what I've been doing to take care of it. The things I'm going to tell you are probably going to go against everything you know about wigs. There's a lot of recommendations that the wig companies give that I don't follow. And it's not because I'm like a rebel. I like to follow rules. I like to try to do the suggested thing. But after 30 plus years of wearing wigs, I've realized some things for certain. No wig, no synthetic wig is really going to last you beyond 45 days of daily wear before it starts to really tell on itself. 45 days is even pushing it. 30 days is my cutoff. 30 to 35 days. 45 days is, at that point, your wig is already telling on itself. You know what I mean? It's stiff. It doesn't behave properly. It doesn't fall or move properly. It's a mess at that point. No synthetic wig. And that's why I refuse to pay anything more than $300 on a synthetic wig. I do know that you can get wigs for $40 and they're beautiful, but those $45 wigs, those $50 wigs, you're not getting much more than a week to 10 days of daily wear out of those wigs. So I will spend $40 on those wigs, $50 on those wigs, but I know what I'm getting. And for human hair wigs, even a human hair wig, especially lace wigs, you cannot get a full year's worth of daily wear out of a lace wig because the lace will start to bald. Inevitably. There's no way around it. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone says it. Oh, I've kept this wig for a year and a half. Okay, so you have the wig for a year and a half. How many times did you wear it? That's why I count wears. I don't count time in. I count wears in. So I just wanted to say that. I don't even remember what the purpose was for saying all that. But yeah, so I did not expect to even get this much wear out of this wig. Also because it's a heat-safe wig, and heat-safe wigs tend to have their own set of problems. They typically clump up. They typically dry out much faster than non-heat safe high-end wigs. And for that reason, they just don't last as long. But what I have noticed is that the more heat you put to these wigs over time, the longer they last, despite the recommendation. I think the recommendation is to put heat to it once a week, or try to minimize the amount of time that you put heat to a wig. My issue with that is that if I don't put heat to the wig, it looks unwearable. Regardless of what they suggest, it looks unwearable. And it's basically begging. Your wig is sitting in the corner begging for heat, and you're trying to tell it no. For what? For what? You're not going to wear it if it looks unwearable. So you got to put the heat to it, regardless of what the recommendation is. That's what I'm saying. A lot of things that these wig companies recommend you do not do, I do them all the time, because what good is a wig that looks like shit? It's better off you put the heat to it if you know it's going to last even just one more day. Another thing that I do with my high-end heat-friendly synthetic wigs, in fact, I do this with all my wigs, is I use oil on my wigs. And I know they say don't use oil because synthetic hair is not porous. It will just sit on the wig and weigh it down. But girl, if your wig is dry, what you supposed to do? And of course, they will give you recommendations. They'll say use products like Simply Styling, those silicone-based sprays, as though those don't also sit on the wig. And in addition to that, the fragrance is so strong that you have to wash the wig at least twice a week. And I know that's not the recommendation, but you got to wash it. So what I do is I use this is my favorite shampoo and conditioner. It's coming off weird because I'm using a green screen. So anything that's green turns basically invisible. But this is called the Brandywine shampoo and conditioner. I use this, but I don't use it in the recommended method. Instead of using a full cap, which is what they recommend, I use a half a cap. Same thing for the conditioner. And I do this twice a week, and it makes the wig wearable. Of course, they're going to say, well, if you wash the wig all the time, you're going to degrade the wig. It's going to shorten its lifespan. But what good is a stinky, stiff wig, y'all? I'd rather have a wig that dies in 25 days, but it looks beautiful for the entire 25 days, than have a wig that looks stiff and stinky for 45 days. Who wants that? Wash the freaking wig twice a week, despite the recommendations. And don't let these people get on the internet and start telling you, don't ever put that in. Don't. Listen, you do what you got to do to make that wig last. And if by chance, whatever method you're using doesn't correlate to what I'm saying, it works for you, use that too. Don't even listen to me. Don't even listen to me. You're the one who has to wear the wig. You know what it needs. You know what that wig is begging for. I know when my wig is begging to be washed, and that's literally twice a week. So I listen to the wig and I wash it, regardless of what the recommendation is. I just use less shampoo. And then I'm using my flat iron at 250 degrees. If you're wondering what, I want to tell you guys the name of this flat iron. But okay, let me show you the reason why everything looks weird like that. I'm going to show you in just a second. See, this is what my background looks, but it's so boring. I'll keep it off for now. Anyway, I'll put it back on later. After I upload this video later, I'll try to tell you the name of this curling iron because it's really a good iron. The temperature gauge is very consistent. I've had hot tools in the past that worked for a time, and then eventually the heat settings stopped being reliable. I've had this curling iron now for probably a year, and it's still just as reliable as it was when I first purchased it. If you guys want to wait around, I can tell you the name right now. Since I have to sit here and wait for this curl to set, I may as well look for it. Let me go into my Amazon, because I did buy it on Amazon. Oh, it's called the Oryne, O-R-Y-N-N-E, 2-inch curling iron. And it is right now on sale for $25, $24.99 on sale from $34.99. I'm sorry, $35.99. So yeah, I recommend it. Definitely recommend this one. Okay, so you see how long I've been holding it in place. It does take that long to set a curl, unfortunately, with a synthetic wig. It takes much longer than it does with human hair wigs. I don't like human hair wigs, y'all. If you watch my channel enough, I think you'll know why. And I don't want to get too much into it because really I just want to talk about this wig today. But if you're saying to yourself, why are you spending $270 on a synthetic wig? There are reasons. There are reasons, and you would have to actually wear a high-end synthetic wig like this to know the difference. It may not matter to you if you wear wigs for fun. If you wear wigs for a night out, I've seen people do that as well. A $45 wig is perfectly fine. But if you're going to be wearing this wig every day, it has to have some comfort features. It has to have some durability. These are things that you just don't get from the budget-friendly wigs. And I know that there's a lot of you who wear wigs every day and choose the budget-friendly wigs. And if you're doing great with them, you probably listen to the wig and have figured out how to care for them well enough so that they last you maybe a whole month. I don't know, I've heard people say that. So you've probably figured it out. I've been able to hold on to the wigs when I didn't, have the means to buy a more expensive wig. I definitely took those kinds of wigs and made them work for an entire month. But I'll be honest with you, I was not happy for those months. I remember the wigs looking extra shiny over time. They would start looking real stiff. They stopped behaving properly. They didn't move the way they should have. They started thinning too soon. So you would end up seeing tracks in between, which is a thing. I don't know if y'all know about that, like being able to actually see your whole scalp in between the tracks of your wig. That's a thing that we have to look into. You have to make sure that you can't see that. All right, so in addition to doing that, I'll tell you the products that I use. The oil that I use, this is almond oil. It's the lightest weight oil that you could buy on the market. If I learn of a lighter oil, I will share it with you. But for now, almond oil is better than coconut oil. I think olive oil is equally as light. It just doesn't, it has a scent to it. Almond oil is basically scentless. It's called sweet almond oil, and I buy it. Yeah, there's no scent to it as with the olive oil. So I recommend this one over olive oil. But if you have olive oil, you can use that as well. You just take a little bit like so. You don't want to put a lot because it does sit on the fiber. And it will make you want to wash the wig again and again and again. But like I said, you definitely don't want to have dry hair. If you're running your finger through your wig, which I know they don't recommend, but if you're running your fingers through a wig and it feels rigid and tangly, these are things that play on your emotions. We have to be very delicate with our emotions as women from planet alopecia because humans Like I said, I'm being very tongue-in-cheek because humans like to belittle us. So it is up to us to preserve our emotional health, right? So we have to do everything in our power to make our lives as good as possible, even if it means spending a few extra dollars and going against suggested recommendations for caring for a wig. All right, so if you're running your finger through your wig and it feels tangled and dry like sandpaper, give yourself a break and put some almond oil in it. It will make you feel so much better. And when the oil starts to build up, give it a wash. And if you guys don't know how to wash the wig, I have videos up on how to wash a wig, like right here. Look, it's tangling. This is something I have to do every single day without failing. If I don't do that, I'm going to be wearing this wig today, and sometime at around 6 o'clock, the wig is going to start behaving like a whole badass kid. Okay, it's going to start sticking straight up, begging for oil, begging for heat, and I won't be able to do it because I'll be out and about. Okay, so do it in the morning before you leave. But yeah, you see how this wig is coming out. I put the oil in it. The last time I washed this wig was 2 days ago. And to be honest, it's already crying to be washed again, but I won't let myself wash it every single day. But it is coming out really nicely. I'll turn around in a minute to show you the back. First, let me put on some of this new lipstick so I can show you. Maybe you guys can let me know if you think I should take it back to the store or not. I don't know. I wanted something a little bit more coral, and this one ended up being, yeah, very pink. Very fuchsia. I don't know why I thought it was a different color when I was at the store. You know how that works? Like you're at the store and everything looks different. Okay, all right. So yeah, the curls are coming out really nicely. I do have to hold the curling iron in place for about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. The longer the better, because the curling iron is at such a low setting. But if you raise the temperature, for some reason, raising the temperature doesn't help. In fact, the hotter the iron, the less likely the curl is to take. I don't know why that is. So I talked about why you need to wash the wig twice a week. And here I have another example, because right now as I'm talking to you, my lipstick is all up and through this hair. You could actually see it. Like, you got to wash the wig twice a week. You just got to. Regardless of what they say, you have to. Hopefully you have the means to be able to keep up with it. But if you don't, your wig is going to stink and it's going to have lipstick on it and food in it, because that's just how hair is. Y'all, you got to wash it. All right, so I'm going to hold this in place for a little while longer. Okay, so the other thing that I use, look at this. This is amazing aloe vera, and you don't have to get this brand. Okay, this is just aloe vera liquid. As long as it's 100% pure aloe vera and nothing is added in it, this stuff has like a sugaring effect, aloe vera, and it softens the wig. It's as light as water, y'all. So you can pretty much spray away. Of course, it's not cheap, so you don't want to spray too much, but you can pretty much spray away, especially considering that you're going to be washing this wig again in about 3 days. So it's perfectly fine if you spray away. It makes the wig so much softer. Once that's dry, I'm going to give you a demonstration of how fluid this wig is after I spray it, after I add the heat to it, and the products that I just added. Oh, the curls are coming out really nice. Today is a good hair day, y'all. Day by day, day by day. If I had more time, I could make smaller sections and these curls would come out even better. And you definitely want to pass that iron over the strands so that every strand gets that heat, because the more heat, the better. Yes, so let's go down the list of items that I use. I use almond oil. Make sure you're getting almond oil that's 100% pure. You don't want any of the additives with it. You don't need them. They don't help, and they probably are too fragrant. Those fragrances, I don't know, they just pile up and they just start to smell so strong. So if you could avoid the fragrances, please do so. That's the other reason why I don't use products like Simply Styling, those silicone-based products. Look, I'm spinning now. My whole body's spinning because my camera's just moving on its own. Just so freaking bizarre. Never mind. Let me check my YouTube, y'all. D Hall asks, would you use the aloe vera spray on a curly wig or just on a straight wig? I would use it on curly for sure. For sure. By the way, D Hall, I'm guessing you wear curly wigs, and by curly you're probably talking about like a Peruvian curl or almost like a jerry curl. How do you maintain those wigs? And are you wearing a human hair curly wig or a synthetic? Either way, I recommend the aloe vera because, like I said, aloe vera is 100% natural, so you can use it on your human hair as well as your synthetic. So how are you maintaining those curly wigs? All right, let me just hurry up and show you guys the back so you can see what it looks like. Catherine says, hi, fellow alopecian here. You look beautiful. Love the wig. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you, Catherine. D Hall says, thank you for responding. I will respond as long as I remember to look down. Oh, so D Hall says synthetic. You wear synthetic hair. So how do you manage with the curly hair? How do you curl the hair when it starts, when it starts to misbehave? D Hall says short lifespan on the curly wigs. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So can I ask what your lifespan is? I love these conversations because when you watch wig reviews online, somehow they neglect to tell you all these things. I was trying to tell you guys earlier that before I purchased this wig, I did some research on it, and everyone said the same thing. They all said this wig is absolutely stunning, that they love the wig, but it does dry out. They include the but then they don't also say, well, this is how I handle the dryness. This is what I do. Or they don't say, well, because it gets dry, I don't reach for the wig as much. They just say it's beautiful, but it does get dry. And I don't hear anything else. Everything else is crickets, right? You hear nothing else. And you're just left there wondering, okay, how long can I expect to hold on to this $270 wig? I need reliability, durability, and I need to know how long I'm going to be able to keep a wig. If I don't know those things, then I cannot budget. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I know when I have my budget-friendly wig, like the wig that I can show you right now if you guys want to see it. I know I spend $45 on this wig, and I know that I could probably wear it 7 or 8 times before I want to throw it in the trash. Sometimes even less than that. But at $45, I'm willing to take that risk. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not willing at this point in my life to spend $600-700 on a human hair wig and then find out within a couple days that it is a piece of crap. Those situations actually make me want to cry. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that wig that we were just talking about and how I've been maintaining it. Definitely get yourself some of this. I think this bottle probably cost me $12.99 on Amazon. And I think they have other brands as well that you might be able to find it for cheaper. Just make sure that it's 100% pure aloe vera with no additives, right? And also the same thing for the almond oil. I get the almond oil on Amazon as well. And you just take a little bit like so, you can't even see it. And you definitely want to focus on areas that are trouble areas like the nape of the neck, because you get the matting down there, and then the ends, because the ends is where it dries out the most. Oh, I'm sure you want to know about this wig that I'm wearing right now. So I don't want to gatekeep. I'm going to tell you the name of that wig. I unboxed this wig, by the way, last month on April 29th. So you guys can check that out. You could check out, it's a short where I unboxed it. It's called the Outre Amanda wig. The only thing is I think I only wore this wig once or twice. I can't even count how many times I've worn it because like I said, after my dad got sick, I stopped. Like everything stopped. I just was putting on wigs without even thinking. I think I wore this wig once or twice, but it is uncomfortable. Y'all see this? Look at the, in comparison to my high-end wig, like you can't compare. You can't compare. Why are they having elastic like this? Why is this a thing? It's just so uncomfortable. And then the weight distribution on this wig is off. It's like really dense here, like really dense to the point where I kind of want to scratch. I mean, it's not completely intolerable. I can tolerate it. And there's certain things about it that are like winners. I haven't glued it down, so you're not going to be able to see this. If you notice any crust in it, it's just my got to be glued. It is a clean wig. I washed it the same time I washed that wig, which was 3 days ago. So it's just got to be glued. That's all you're seeing. But when this wig is glued down, oh my God, the lace on this, the ear to ear lace is spectacular. You could pull it up, you could pull it at your face. Let me see if I could demonstrate that real quick. This is just water. Make sure you keep a water bottle with you at all the time. I keep this in my purse all the time. I keep this in my purse all the time. Always with the oil and always with the water and always with a little comb at all times. These things are low profile enough so that they can fit into your small purse just fine. And this is the purse that I've been carrying. This is the one that I brought with me. So yeah, like I said, I've only worn this wig twice. And that's because when I did wear it the last time, it was really uncomfortable. That day, it was like 94 degrees outside, and comfort was at a premium at that moment. And I just remember all I wanted to do was rip the wig off my head. And that's what I did as soon as I walked through the door. I ripped it off my head, and I kind of didn't look at it again, even though it's really pretty. Look how pretty that is. So if you don't want to spend $280 on a wig, you can have this wig. And of course, you know, it's $45. I don't know what your budget is. Maybe $45 is what you spend on a wig each month. If you could stretch the lifespan of it by doing these things, or if you've already figured out a way to do it, continue doing it. Don't be swayed by anything I tell you. If you have a method that works, stay with it. It seems obvious to say things like that, but when you look in your arsenal of hair products, in your arsenal of wigs, think about how many times you bought things that you didn't need based on someone else's recommendation when whatever you had already was just fine. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I mentioned that. Anyway, so this is what this wig looks like from the back. This is the Outre Amanda wig, and it looks really good. And in the house, where it's cool and temperature controlled, I can't even remember why I don't wear it. When I go outside, I remember, okay? I don't think I showed you guys the back of this wig. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the back. So what y'all think? In comparison to this wig, how do y'all think about that Outre wig? I think that Outre wig is really, really beautiful. And if I was in New York, where right now I think it's like 70 degrees, I would be wearing it. But going outside in this 94-degree heat, woo! I don't know, I'm a little scared to wear it because I remember how uncomfortable I was the other day when I wore it and I was doing all that running around. It wasn't a good thing. All right, so let me show you the back. And I think that's it. If you want to know the color of this lipstick, which I never talked about, it's called Petal, and it's by Milani. I think I am going to keep it. I'm not going to send it back like I thought I would. I think I like it enough. Okay, Catherine, I'm sorry. I've been ignoring you guys. Catherine says, I've seen a lot of people soak their synthetic hair in fabric softener, and it totally revives a synthetic wig. I always wore human hair wigs, but too much money now, so I'm going to try the softener. You know what I feel about the fabric softener? It's extremely highly scented. The smell is so strong, I just can't take wearing it so close to my face. I found that to be the case, and I also didn't find that it worked that well. I don't know. I mean, like I said, if it works for you, Catherine, use the fabric softener. I just didn't feel like it worked well, and it was so highly scented. I really like that Brandywine shampoo and conditioner. I find soaking it in the shampoo in particular really softens it a lot. And then in between washes, I use the aloe vera and the oil, and it works just fine. But please come on back and tell me your experience after you use your fabric softener. Maybe you won't have the same experience I do. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed your first message. You said new to the wig game, new to alopecia, trying to learn all I can. Appreciate you so much. Your wig looks great. Thank you so much, D-Hall. I appreciate you too. And welcome to Planet Alopecia. It's good here. Trust me. People in Planet Alopecia are nice to one another. Not like humans. All right, humans are mean as but alopecians, we are the nicest people. Let me tell you, and we take good care of ourselves because we prioritize that. So you're not going to find a bunch of ugly alopecians. Most alopecians are gorgeous, by the way. And I'm not just trying to toot my own horn. I'm tooting your horn, too. What else? I don't want to miss anything. Frank Martinez, I'm sorry. You said hello there, and I missed you. I hope you're still here, by the way. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me in today's live. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you follow. Make sure that if you can give me hearts and stars, you give me hearts and stars. If you want to give gifts, I always take gifts. I love gifts. Alopecians, we love gifts. Right, Catherine? Don't alopecians love gifts? We love gifts. So give us gifts. All right, and everyone who joined me, I thank you so much, and I'll talk to you again soon. You can look for this live when it's uploaded, which it will be. Okay? All right, talk soon. Peace.